Anyone ever notice how much Kobe Bryant resembles Wilt Chamberlain? So much so you can hardly tell there's two different faces there. And how Kobe grew up in Philly and Wilt played for Philly, and hey, that's a interesting number. But it doesn't stop there. Wilt played for the Lakers and Kobe played for the Lakers. And while Wilt claimed to sleep with over 20,000 women, and Kobe was the youngest player to ever score 20,000 points. And they both posed for this very similar picture. Oh, but the fun doesn't stop there. Not even close. Remember how I said Wilt slept with 20,000 women? Well, here are some of the notables that he was in a relationship with, and I couldn't help but notice this one, Cello Alonso. Cello Alonso, who bears a striking resemblance to Kobe's wife, widow, Vanessa Bryant. So much so that when you put their heads side by side, every single last feature, including the very rounded eyebrow, seems to line up anatomically perfectly. And of course, there's Vanessa with Kobe. But this is just a series of coincidences, right? The fact they both played for LA and they both played in Philly and they both took that picture and their face lines up perfectly. Just a bunch of coincidences. Oh, and their wives and significant other just happened to be doppelgangers. It's all just a big coincidence, right? Kind of how they move their mouth and tongue exactly the same, and their eyebrows and their head shifts. All just a series of crazy coincidences. Well, what if I had something to show you that was mathematically impossible to be a coincidence? Would you open your mind to different possibilities of the world? Well, why don't I show you something before I show you something? The odds of two people looking similar, and I'd say they look more than similar. Look at those gums having the same 5 facial markings are astronomically low, borderlining on impossible. The chances are 1 in a trillion. 1 in a trillion. Why don't we start off with the obvious one? The one right under his eye that appears like maybe it's been removed. But let's keep going. I said 5, and that's only 1. And I want you to notice this one right in the corner of his eyebrow, right there. And notice how these eyebrows are now shorter. Same spot in relation to the eye. So that would be 2. Now I would like you to notice this. You see that hole in his face right there? Well, you can still see it right there. It's just faded. Maybe it's had some work done. Exact same thing right there. That would be 3. And now I'd like to draw attention to that and that. Those 2 that are in the exact position relation to the mustache. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. That would be 5, my friends. Now, to think that is just a coincidence, but the fun isn't even done. Not even close, because I've done a video on Kobe Bryant and who he is today. And well, I'd like to draw attention to that. That was removed, and now it's just a little bit more faded. And if you've seen my video, you know who's coming. Wilt, Kobe, drumroll, Miles Garrett. But it's not over. Look at those mouths. But like I said, the fun's not over yet. Because remember this one? On Wilt's eye and Kobe's eye? Well, what's that? What's that in the exact same position on Wilt and on Kobe and on Miles Garrett? Now, if you just watch this whole video and you can't make sense of it, I encourage you to go watch the past few months of my videos, because I continue to prove over and over and over again there are fallen angels down here with us, and their job is to get us to idolize them over the Heavenly Father. This isn't coincidence. This isn't doppelgangers. It's not clones. It's the same entity. It's the same fallen angel that can shapeshift. Los Angeles The home of the Angels, Los Angeles, the Angels. He's wearing a Kobe Bryant hat, for crying out loud, because he is Kobe Bryant, is Wilt Chamberlin. It's the same fallen angel. And they always tell us, just most of us don't have eyes to see because we are too programmed from a lifetime of indoctrination. The purpose of the indoctrination was to hide the fact that we're in a spiritual realm with fallen angels here. Also to hide the Most High, to keep you powerless and listening and worshiping and idolizing them, instead of taking your power back and realizing that you are an eternal spiritual being and the only laws you have to listen to are the laws of God. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I'm sure this is just a series of wildly similar coincidences. I'm a satire account. I don't really care about liberating humanity from the tyranny and slavery we've been under for thousands of years. Entertainment only, people.